Hey everyone, Jamie Pate here, and welcome to another video where today we're going to check in with a little series I have here on the channel called Daily Journal. So let's get started with that. Okay, as you can see here, I already have constructed April's journal, and I have used 49 Market as my cover. I always like to take a pattern paper that's inspiring me for the month. Pink is the color right now, mostly because of Easter. I just think it's such a beautiful color and there's so much you can do with it. I went ahead actually and brought in this other pattern paper, which honestly right now I can't even think who it's by. But I just liked the kind of contrast of this sort of vintage thing going on and the abstract, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Sort of a watercolor abstract, but yet in this sort of more linear vibe, if you will. My words are eluding me presently, can you tell? I have already come inside and numbered my pages, and you can see here that I am using Heidi Swapp's October Stamp Society. It was a stamp set that she brought back to the shop because the numbers are just so awesome, and actually here's a look of it right here. I used the Stop the Blur stamp set because it has this great little dotted line, and so that came in handy there, as you can see. The Monday is constructed from the classic Lower Alpha. This is an old stamp set. You can see how loved this is. I've had this for a while from ScrapbookCom. And then I was playing with the florals because, again, Easter, spring, and so I came in here with Lost Shadow, that wonderful new distress color. And then I'm looking here I have a stack of stamps sitting over here. This is a really pretty stamp set. I've used this a couple times. I've used it even on some tutorials here on the channel called Wildflowers, and it's beautiful. And it just has, I just wanted to bring a real softer side to this. So today, while we chat about daily journal and writing and some ideas and thoughts about that subject, I wanted to craft a tag to go right into here to flip up, just because I just love to have tags. I love to be creative in these journals just a little bit. And so why don't you take a look how that came together. So as we start to make this tag here, I wanted to share the how-to. I think tags are really important and people love to make them. And so one of the things about daily journaling is, number one, it's so important. I have found being a little faithful to crafting these journals every month and having this home that doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, but it's a place that, as a memory planner, I certainly have a great way to take note of my day and slowing that blur. Here I'm using one of Heidi's organic stencils from the Heidi Swapp shop. And it looks super subtle here in this light, but I just wanted to give a little bit of a background, someplace for my images to kind of be anchored. And as I was putting these bold outline numbers from ScrapbookCom on my background's going to be not symmetrical. There's Lost Shadow. Lost Shadow is great for layering stamps and having the background be really subtle. It didn't matter where the background ended up. It absolutely didn't matter. I made other mistakes as I made this tag, and it definitely doesn't matter to the journal, right? These journals, one of the reasons for journaling is to help navigate our stress. So I can't be stressed out about the making of a tag in the front of the journal, right? If I make mistakes, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to worry about it. It's for me. This is not for me to put out there to the world and get some kind of approval, right? These spaces in these types of journals are just for us. And so because my 2 and my 3 that I have not level, that's on purpose. I wanted it to be not level with the 2. It's okay. It's okay where they end up. I love this big date stamp. I've had this one also for a long time. It's also a well-loved stamp set. And I kind of did fight a little bit with this April because it's kind of small compared to the background of the 23. It's okay. it still worked out, because then I'm going to come in here in a minute with a big, huge hello. And what am I going to say? I'm going to say it's okay, right? So if our journals are to help us navigate our stress by being a place to write things down, then if we're adding a creative touch to that journal, we can't worry about its perfection. Another thing about journaling, it's a small and simple creative outlet on the moments we encounter. As I grab the Sunny Lane stamp set, which I've really enjoyed this hello. It's kind of funky and fun, and I love how it plays against the vintage vibe that I have there on the front of this particular April daily journal. But I love that one of the things I like to utilize on my pages, and I'm not 100% on this because we all know, man, our days can be crazy, right? So to take time to maybe make something utterly beautiful on a page is not a reality for me. And that's the beauty of this particular daily journal. Sometimes I will practice some fun hand lettering. Sometimes I will add quotes in there and see if I can make them at least look pleasing to the eye. Sometimes, like I did yesterday, I'll stamp a snowflake on there because it's the end of March and we had the snowiest, coldest day. So there's just a lot of freedom in these journals for me. I had to go in here. Okay, I can't say enough about this precision stamping tool. I love it so much. And here's a great thought about using this tool. This wildflower stamp is rather large, and I'm kind of playing with it there. Where exactly do I want it to live? And I don't want 100% stamped. I don't need the whole image. And as it was, you'll see later on, I cut too much of it off anyway. That's okay, Jamie. It's okay though. So you're going to see that the whole thing doesn't stamp, and that was on purpose. And I just wanted that little floral touch and just to be able to play with some stamps for a little bit. And I'm going to come in here in a moment as well. Yes, I'm going to use the mint tape to mask off the edge because I didn't want a whole bunch of ink to go onto that foam platform on the stamp platform. So that's what I was doing there. And then I don't have to worry about it. And the ink cleans off the stamp platform pretty well. I just didn't want to bother with it. So that's why I masked with the mint tape. Another thing I love about journaling is its ability to literally create space between one's brain and a problem. Throughout the day, if something comes up, I had a technical issue on a video and it was really throwing my whole day off, which was beginning to throw my whole week off. And so you can see I have room here that I didn't have to cut this as close as I did. So just watch how that takes place. Writing things down, though, gives me some space to think and to have a better perspective about an issue. And I found that really to be true as I was working through an issue this week. I just stopped and I paused. I wrote a couple of notes. I kind of wanted, see there, way too short. That's okay. I could have made the stamp or the tag again, but it'll be okay. So I am very appreciative for my journal, learning that that is just another thing that it can do. It can just be a holder of some of my stress. I can write down things that are happening in the day so I can see what took up a whole day, right? And so those are just a couple of reasons for these daily journals and why I decided to do this series on the channel. And I hope you find some value in that as well. Journaling can be a great pause to figure out also the next thing in your day. I know if you have a to-do list, sometimes you're just like plowing through the to-do list. Maybe it gets done. Maybe you don't know what else to do. Maybe you've had everything done. Well, just take a moment in your day and pause and take note. Maybe you just get to take the rest of the afternoon off. I don't know. I don't know how your schedule goes. Here I am coming in with the ink blending tool and just giving a little bit of color to the edges. I could have done this better if I'd had a craft mat laid down on my surface and did it, but I didn't. So that is how this is coming together, my friends. And those are a couple of thoughts about a daily journal. And most especially, I love it to be a home that I can then take from and add notes into my memory planner. That for me has been one of the best benefits of these daily journals. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't ever want to miss a video, please subscribe to this channel. And if you found value in these videos, it'd be wonderful if you could click the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.